The following story is completely fictional. None of the events showed are related to the real Creative Engineering Corporation. I have been a Rockefeller Explosion fan since I was a kid, which was not that long ago. Creative Engineering is one of the only places on Earth to have the animatronic show to this day. One of my biggest childhood dreams. Well, you can already guess it. Visit that place, of course. So, what did I do? Well, I visited the Creative Engineering site and ordered a tour. I didn't live that far away, so it only took me about 2 hours to complete my trip to the place. And when I arrived, Aaron Factor was there. He greeted me with a wonderful smile and let me in. I couldn't be more excited. For the first time in my life, I was seeing in person the amazing Rockefeller Explosion Band. Factor then played a birthday show tape for me. It was magical. It was simply incredible. I requested some other shows and had a lot of fun watching them. He then started to guide me through the building to let me explore a little bit, as he proudly talked about his past. He took me to see the new Rockefeller Explosion, the new generation of the old Rockefeller, the creepy clown in his basement, a lot of things. But the detail that caught my attention the most was the Paul McCartney animatronic. Aaron said that his company had the objective to make one of the most advanced animatronics of all time. They didn't make it, but it was still super interesting. The animatronic parts were still there. It was so fascinating to see them. They were so human, so humanoid. But the animatronic was so incomplete, and it was a shame that Aaron could not show me him working, you know. What was that? Factor looked as surprised as me. I actually have no idea, he said. I'll be right back. You stay here, please. I am like the curious member of my family, you know. The curious brother. So, okay, I gotta admit it. I kinda distracted Mr. Factor and I went to explore a little bit more. There was that long corridor with a lot of rooms to explore. And man, I was so curious and so excited at the same time to see what was inside them. The first door I tried to open was locked, but the rotting wood kind of destroyed itself when I pulled the door. And I hate remembering that part. Inside the room, there were actually many interesting things. Many. One of them being another Paul McCartney animatronic. Another one, yeah. But it looked a little bit different. It had way more cylinders than the other one. It looked much more complex. It looked like a human skeleton. The animatronic was complete this time. unlike the other one. It had everything, and it could even stand up apparently, since its legs were probably made for walking. It was so fascinating, and yet so creepy, man. His lifeless eyes were staring directly at my soul, into my soul. It was so fascinating. It felt like he could control me for a second. But seriously, I was so creeped out that I thought this thing was going to move right in front of me. And guess what? He didn't. Well, it was just a lifeless piece of metal, but still terrifying. I then realized something behind the robot man. It was a paper. Actually, a couple of papers. They all said, "Perfection. It needs to be perfect. A wrong factor will love this. This needs to be perfect. We made this just for him. Perfection. Made of steel." If that wasn't strange enough, then I noticed some modes, that mask modes they make for their characters. I tried to pick it as carefully as I could, but it was so heavy. I almost couldn't carry it on my hands. Trying to not make any noise, I put it on the floor. Then I opened it. Why not? Big mistake. What I saw inside, it still surprised me to this day. It was a humanoid animatronic face. Uncle Clunk? Santa Claus? No, my friends. The face looked exactly like Aaron. Thank you for watching. If you have another animatronic creepypasta and you want me to read it here, send me on my Instagram, Squaretronic.